Every few years, a painting does something that seems irrational. 200, 300, or even $500 million. Not for a company, not for a skyscraper, but for this. In the last 15 years, just 20 artworks have sold at auction for more money than most of us will see in 100 lifetimes. So what are buyers actually paying for? And what do these prices say about money, power, and culture? Just a quick note, and we will get right back to the video. We are a small independent channel, and if you are getting any value or just enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing and clicking the like button. It really goes a long way to helping the channel and helps others find our content. Okay, now back to the art. To answer that, we've pulled together a data set of the top 20 most expensive artworks ever sold at auction. At number 1, Leonardo da Vinci's Salvator Mundi, a painting of Christ in Renaissance dress. Most experts agree Leonardo painted it, at least in part, but some argue large sections are by other hands. At the other end of this list is the cheapest piece, number 5, by Jackson Pollock, which still sold for $140 million in 2006. All 20 of these works changed hands in just the last decade and a half. Most went through just 2 auction houses, Christie's and Sotheby's, and one artist dominates the list more than anyone else, Pablo Picasso. So what makes these few artists and these few paintings so valuable? To understand that, you have to see the auction not as a sale, but as a performance. On paper, art auctions look simple. A seller offers a painting, collectors bid, the highest bidder wins. In reality, every step is designed to push the price as high as possible. First, scarcity. Many museums will never sell their masterpieces, so the truly famous works that are still in private hands become ultra rare. When one appears at auction, it's like a once-in-a-generation event. Second, story. Each of these top 20 pieces has a narrative. The lost Leonardo rediscovered and restored, a Klimt portrait linked to a particular family, a Basquiat painting that catches the eye of a celebrity buyer. The story becomes part of the price. This list alone spans 5 centuries of art history, from Renaissance religious imagery to neon neo-expressionist skulls. But what unites them is not style, it's status. For the ultra-wealthy, art is a status symbol and an asset class. Owning a record-breaking painting signals taste, access, and sheer financial power. And because there are only so many blue-chip names to go around, each of these works becomes a kind of trophy. Look closely at that top 20 dataset, and a pattern appears. Picasso makes 4 appearances, while Modigliani and Klimt each appear twice. So that's not an accident. Auction houses and galleries spend decades building certain artists into blue-chip brands. They promote specific moments in art history as foundational: Impressionism, Cubism, Surrealism, and pop. The result is a narrow canon of names that almost always dominate the highest price lists. Mostly male, mostly European or American, mostly dead. There are exceptions, like Chinese painter Qi Baishi, but even he's funneled through the same 2 big auction houses. So when a painting by one of these artists goes to sale, the auction isn't just about the work on the wall. It's about a market that has spent years telling buyers, these are the names that will never go out of style. Okay, so here's the paradox. While the prices of these 20 works explode, most artists will never see anything like this, and most museums struggle to afford major acquisitions. Almost all of these record-breaking sales happen in just a handful of cities, at just 2 houses, among a tiny slice of extremely wealthy collectors. The result is that some of the most important artworks of our era disappear into private collections or storage, held as long-term investments rather than shared as public culture. So when a headline announces a new record, 300 million, 400 million, it's easy to treat it as a fun piece of trivia. But each of those numbers is also a measure of how concentrated cultural and financial power has become. This list of the 20 most expensive artworks sold at auction covers everything from Renaissance religion to pop art to neo-expressionism. It looks like a tour through art history, but it's really a snapshot of what a small group of extremely rich people are willing to pay for a very specific story about culture. That doesn't mean that these works aren't important or moving or beautiful. It just means the price tag is telling us as much about the world around the painting as it is about the painting itself. So the next time you see a record-breaking sale, maybe the better question isn't, why is this painting worth so much? It's, who decided it was? And what does that say about who gets to define culture in the first place?